Time for another unboxing. I'm gonna get good at this, I swear. So today we're doing the Game Station Pro. And these are the games it chose to highlight to help with its selling it. But you can see there's a console, two joysticks. They have a little paddle controller on each of them, a little trigger. Maybe you can play Gorf on it. And of course it has HDMI, hook up to your modern TV. So the console supposedly supports is 2600, 5200, 7800, and some arcade games. I'm really curious how they implemented that. Apparently you can load in your own ROM files. Side panel shows off the joystick again, a front angle so you can see the paddle and the one fire button, and your trigger and a top button. And we have, I'm going to guess a father-son combo, but it could be something else. Let's hope not something else. But yeah, we're using the paddle controller there, so that'd be probably your hint that that's what they're doing. Using 2.4 gigahertz on the wireless joysticks instead of Bluetooth. I approve of that. It got some RGB. That's always a good thing, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. Oh, upside down. Always get the branding right side up. There you go. Underneath. It's good. Not excellent or great. Good. Okay. Unbox time. And time for a sharp thing. Sharp thing time. Is that it? Someone's already done this. I should note at this time, I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace. Got it for only $60. Retail, suggested retail US is $100. So I'm curious what I'll find in here. It looks like it's originally packaged here. I'm not seeing anything too fishy here. Is this? Oh, here we go. I'm doing it upside down again, aren't I? Oh, boy. That's just paperwork. Set that aside. Protective covering. HDMI. Cable. Joysticks. Oh, that feels really smooth. And so we're going to use USB-C here. So I guess it can be used in wire mode, but I'm not seeing the actual wires here to do that. And oh, you have to take off a screw in order to put batteries in. Ooh, warning about using high quality alkaline batteries. And I guess I'm assuming that these are high quality alkaline batteries. And the actual console itself. Oh, what do we got here? There's an actual cable. But that's to power the actual console. So what do we got? HDMI. It's a USB-C, but as power, and a inset reset button. Get your handy paper clip and you can reset it. Micro SD card, that's where we will supposedly be able to add games. And strictly USB-C in the front for connecting your controllers wired in the wired way. That's it. I was hoping for more connectivity, but that's all we got. So I'm going to now proceed to tinker with it and see what I can get out of this thing. I do like to hack on things and see if I can get more bang for my buck out of what I purchase. So wish me luck. All right, I've done a few things with the Game Station Pro. Some are kind of cool, mostly stuff that I picked up from other YouTube channels. But here it is. It's connected to the TV, and let's just get her fired up. Hit the start button. Nice RGB going there. And the first thing that I've done is add an SD card. And we'll probably boot. So we get this opening screen, but then we this menu is not here if you do not have an SD card in. So proceed to the SD card. This is where you can add games. And you can see the naming convention you need for a 2600 game. You need the extension 826. I'm going to cut the music here. There we go. And then you don't need this, but this helps with organizing. Add a 2600 prefix to the file name too. It just helps with organization. And not only 2600 games, but 7800 games. And with the 7800 games, you got to have the A78 suffix extension. Let's get to some other games. And here's a surprise. You can have Nintendo games on here. That must have an NES NES extension, and of course I like having a prefix, NES prefix. When it comes to arcade games, you need to use the ROM pack that comes from way early. I think it's the 2000 ROM pack, and even not all those work. Mr. Do, Gorf, and Junior Pac-Man work fine. I tried to use the Speed Ms. Pac-Man, did not work. So I can get something working here. And we'll just show 2600 games booting up here. Yeah, it looks normal. This is how I'll fire up Junior Pac-Man here. This will be arcade. Beautiful. I'm not going to play any games though. I'm just going to do show and tell. And one more. I'll just show that Tetris, the NES works. Looks good. Beautiful. So the other things you need to do on your SD card, I'm just using a 64 gigabyte card. You need to make a directory called games, plural, G-A-M-E-S. And then you put everything in just one big pile, one big ocean of game ROMs, and I'll let you figure out where to get those. And that's why you have to do this. Why it's very handy to have a prefix added to your file names to help organize things, because there's no subdirectories. You can't apparently do subdirectories. So as far as I mentioned earlier that it appeared something weird with my package because I got off of Facebook Marketplace. It's going to look like it was a return. I'm not using this controller because the down is awful. You really have, it does work, but you really have to jam down on it to get it to work. So thankfully, anything with X input works. So that's an Xbox type controller. And I got this thing already. I already had this. It's called the Mayflash Arcade Fight Stick F101. And it's been working fine, except the buttons are a little bit different. The left button is actually the A button. The A button is actually the B button, and the X button is the C button. And these, And this home button is supposed to act as a home button. It doesn't work, but thankfully the console itself has a home button. But thankfully the actual joystick and the select button work as expected. So that's what I'm doing here, and that's working out great. This is way better. I actually get rid of a little bit of the input lag as well when you use this. So those are the hacks that I've done so far. So those are two big ones. Add an SD card with extra games, and get a better Xbox compatible controller. X input. That's the key. X input. So all right, that's the end of the show and tell here. And yeah, I will probably provide a better tutorial. Someone has done a really good tutorial on adding. I'll add that to the description. This better YouTube video about adding games to a SD card. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it informative. Thank you.